you'll see that we're able to do a free trial right away. This is going to enable you to load up some resumes, load up some job postings, and then see the optimized result come out. And then after that, you'll have the option to upgrade if you like. All right, so first thing we want to do is look at the menu options that we have up here, right? So we have an optimization workflow. So this is an AI guided tool which will allow you to do all the things you need to do to get that resume output. The other thing we have is we have a resume management tab where you can see the resumes that you upload and the ones that have ultimately been parsed. So let's start with the optimization workflow. This is kind of the easiest, right? So I'm going to go ahead and load a resume. I'm going to upload a resume here. Okay, so I've loaded a resume and now it's starting to parse it. What it's actually doing is it's utilizing artificial intelligence to identify and express all the dimensions of you, right? So you might have a role that you've done some work in the past. Maybe there were components that required you to manage. Some are technical, some are soft skills. So the reality is that the resume parsing is going to identify these different dimensions and then present language and expression around that. And now the reason why we want all these dimensions expressed is that when you go to apply for a role, we can intelligently use artificial intelligence to pull from the job posting the dimensions there and then create the right kind of context engineering such that all of the dimensions can align perfectly. Now, this is some of the stuff that we do when we build AI technology into your products, is that we really look deep about context and what it is that we're trying to achieve. So in this case here, we know what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve perfect alignment for the candidate and the role. Okay, so now we see that we have this process. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of my old resumes here. Okay, so down over here, you'll see that now we've parsed a resume. So we can go ahead and look and we'll see my name. We'll see, okay, here's a professional summary about who I am. So it's taken this from the resume. It's identified some high-level dimensions, and then it's identified some of the work experience, right? So here you can see I've got a role as an architect. We did some work with the government. You have the raw information. So these are the raw professional profile for the experience. So this would be a description. Some of the key points that come from their resume in a raw sense, and then different skills and tags and so on about this position. Now you'll notice that we have something interesting here, is that the AI has identified that there are leadership components in the role and technical components in the role. So let's go ahead and click on that. Okay, so now we see a different lens of the person and the role. So for example, if I found a job that had required more leadership, the context engineering of this lens would be able to show and pull leadership information. Take, for example, technical, right? So this role has a technical component, so required a competency there as well. So it's very interesting that for each experience, it provides some different dimension. Now, these roles are kind of technology leadership roles, so that's why we see leadership and technical. But I can assure you that if you had other roles that required sales or different types of consulting or customer engagement, these are all dimensions that would be coming up. Okay, so then we'll talk about the education, different certifications I have. Okay, that's all great. So now let's go ahead and let's move over to the jobs.